My grandfather, who was John R. Hulet, he married three of Jessie N. Smith's daughters. The third one that he married was my grandmother. She became the mother of his children who were left without a mother when his wives died. His first two wives had passed away, and so he married another of the Jessie N. Smith daughters, Dina, who was a daughter of Augusta Outson. John R. Hulet was a merchant and a postmaster in Holbrook, Arizona. He founded the ACMI, which sounds like ZCMI, but it was Arizona Cooperative Mercantile. He was known throughout the country as Honest John. He took care of people. He loaned them money. He let them buy things on credit. And he was just very well known. He wanted the finest things in life for his children. And when my mother was born, he traveled to Chicago on the train and bought a piano for Mama to play. He also built a home in Snowflake. It's known as the Hulet home. If you ever visit in Snowflake, you'll see the Hulet home. That is the home where I was born. When general authorities would come to Snowflake to visit, they would stay in the Hulet home. And one time, Joseph Fielding Smith was visiting in their home, and Grandpa John R. was showing him around and telling him that he had built that home. And Joseph Fielding Smith said, "I wish I could build a home." My grandmother, Dina Smith Hulet, she grew up in Snowflake and was used to the farm life, but she also liked the nice things of life, and she wanted them for her children. And music education was very important to her for her children. After John R. died, my grandmother, Dina, left Snowflake with her two younger daughters who were, I guess, college age by then. But they went to Salt Lake City so that these girls could study music. They lived in Salt Lake for several years, and then they moved to San Francisco just before my sister had an accident and died when she was 8 years old. I was 2 at the time. When I was about 3, my mother, who was probably grieving still, she went to see her mother in San Francisco on the train, and she took me with her to see my grandmother. That is the only visit I ever had with a grandmother or a grandfather. I never had any because they were all born a long time before I was. Grandma Hulet was the only one that lived after I was born.